Welcome and welcome back to Blue Jay Bonsai. In today's episode, I'm going to be covering all of the recent additions to my collection, or should I call it my bonsai addiction. First up is this Yamadori Thuya, or Eastern White Cedar, from the recent Yamadori collecting trip that we did with the KW Bonsai Society. I haven't officially picked a front, but I do like this twisty view. This little arch is also from the KW trip. If you haven't already watched Nigel's video on the collecting trip with the KW Bonsai Society, I suggest you go check it out. There's the link up above. And surprise, surprise, it's another larch from the KW trip. Now there's something about this little beauty that I just love. And if you may have noticed, any of the moss that you see in these pots are also from the KW collecting trip. They are real sphagnum moss collected in the wild. And this is an oak that was spotted by Nigel, and I dug it up because I love the twistiness here at the bottom. Now, unfortunately, it didn't have a lot of fine roots, so I'm not sure if it's going to make it since this was dug up out of season. But I did check on it recently, and it is still green, and it's holding on for now, although the extreme heat we've had recently hasn't really been doing it any favors. But that's the risk you take when you dig up a tree at a season. For those of you wondering what I picked up at the nursery crawl at Vineland with the Toronto Bonsai Society, well, here it is. It's this pyracantha. I thought that the trunk had some really interesting movement, and I think I have a few different options here on what I can do with this tree. After Vineland, a bunch of us went to another nursery called Northland Nursery, where all trees in 1 gallon containers are $9.99 Canadian. And that's where I picked up this Tom Thumb Cotoneaster. I'll probably make some type of little mambe out of it. While there, I also picked up this white pine. I mean, for $9.99, why not? I don't have one. I also got this little Fire Chief cedar. I'm really looking forward to seeing this dwarf thuya in the fall when the tips will become even more red. I don't know if I'll bonsai it yet. I might just plant it in the garden. Maybe I'll turn it into an accessory plant. I'm not sure, but it's an adorable little shrub. Northland also had a great selection of these hemlocks. So I picked up a few of them actually. I'm not sure if I'll do some type of a grouping or a forest, or if some of them I might actually grow as their own individual bonsai specimens. Several of them appear to have 2 trees in the pot, or potentially it might turn out to be a twin trunk, but I won't really know until I repot these. A few weeks ago, my order from TreeTime.ca finally arrived. I had ordered a bunch of larch, and a bunch of subalpine fir. So with the subalpine fir, I took a chance and I trimmed back the roots. I cut off about half of the taproot, and I did my best to spread the roots out a bit laterally. I will probably make a forest with these eventually, but it's not a forest yet. This is just a container to let them grow for now. I bundled up about 7 of the larch seedlings, and I used a cable tie to secure them all together. I'm hoping to create a clump style. And using this tourniquet method, I'm expecting to get a whole new root base that's going to occur right at the cable tie. I added a bit of the fresh sphagnum moss in the area where I expect the new roots to come out eventually. I put the remaining trees in a plastic bonsai training pot and in one of the pond baskets. And it'll be interesting to compare how the roots are doing next year when we check on them both. It's just been a few weeks, but here you can see the growth as all of the seedlings seem to have successfully taken off. The beauty of the little green buds on the larch are just another reason why I love this species so much. And here's the clump, looking great, green, vigorous. Forward to seeing how this little clump is going to grow over the years. The subalpine fir are doing equally as well. They're all looking great, and the buds are all starting to pop out as well. And this is a red dragon cutleaf Japanese maple. It was a Father's Day present from my boys, James and Jacob. They picked it up at one of our favorite places, Kim's Nature. Now, we're probably not going to bonsai this tree. That's right. I'm probably going to be planting this in the garden, taking inspiration from my friend Judy from the Toronto Club, who has an amazing collection of Japanese maples planted in her garden. Well, once again, St. Thomas from Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors has blessed me with a fabulous present. This little birdie showed up the other day. And what a fabulous surprise, because it has these wonderful Blue Jay calls built in. And I actually use this now as a cat alarm. If my cat Ruby jumps up here and tries to escape onto the roof of the shed, the little Blue Jay warns me and I can grab her. Thanks so much, Tom. And if one gift was not enough, Tom also sent me this book, Grow Your Soil. Harness the power of soil food web to create your best garden ever. This is a really interesting book. It's actually really easy to read. It breaks down the scientific terms in more everyday terms, so it's easy to understand. And I actually think that this book, or a book like this, would be great for my friends Jason and Colleen. You can check out their channel, Clive's Conundrum Garden. And now it's time for Subscribers Picks. If you'd like to see your photos of your trees, bonsai or pre-bonsai on the channel, then send us an email with your name, the name and species of your tree, and any other interesting information. Aya from the channel Dabbling with Bonsai sent us this pic of a ginkgo she just potted up from a rooted cutting. My friend Izabela from Guyan Gardens sent us these pics. First, her nightshade vine in one of her first bonsai pots she made. This thuya, once again in a pot that she made last winter. And her mixed forest planting in a big pot. You can watch her make this pot on her channel. Look for the link above. Tag sent this pic of this multi-level bench that he built for his pre-bonsai. It's even got a timer and misters. My friend Joseph from Tinjo Station sent these pics of a tiger bark ficus he just repotted. You can actually watch this all on his channel. Abbas sent these pics of the 3-year progression of his willow cuttings from the mama tree you just saw, through rooted cuttings, into this clump style, and its current progress. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.